She shook the depressing mood from her and turned her thoughts away from the disaster which hadn't occurred. She thanked God for that, and also turned her mind away from the empty liquor cabinet in her new apartment. When she'd moved, Erin had left all of the medicating alcohol she owned behind. She knew the maintenance crew would be ecstatic. Some of the abandoned bottles were top shelf. Erin smiled briefly. This was her new beginning, her life after Marari Varadaraj, and she felt a little better. She also felt the urge to see the little face of Yasmin Black. She wondered how her young friend was doing. Erin thought about Ami, and her heart stirred. The child had suffered so much in the few years she'd lived. Erin had learned from Trenton Black that his youngest daughter, his baby girl, had spent months in the intensive care nursery following her birth. The tiny infant had not been held by her father until the day she was discharged from the hospital. She hadn't seen his face clearly because of the incubator, oxygen tent, tiny IV lines, and electrodes. Not until that day. Trenton Black had talked so freely to the surgeon on the night of Ami's sickle cell anemia crisis. She had learned a lot about the police officer and his family. She had to admire a man who cared so deeply for his children, a man who tried to be both mother and father. Erin couldn't imagine a life without both of her parents. They had been the ones who shaped and formed her into the independent cardiothoracic surgeon she was today. They believed in her even when she doubted her own capabilities. They were the people who grounded her when medical school was too hard and racism seemed to greet her each time she walked the campuses of a 97% white academic institution. Erin considered counseling out on the Sunday dinner. Maybe it was time to confront her family. Tell them the truth. They would support her in this difficult time if she'd let them. They wouldn't judge her. Erin closed the many screens of her computer, signed off of it, and tidied her desk. She gathered up the blue fox fur jacket tossed across a nearby chair, as well as a navy blue handbag, and then secured the doors to the suite. She had one errand to complete before she went home to her new apartment.